can get ahead of 99% of people on LinkedIn if you just do things correctly. Meaning, if you're just doing the right activities every day, you can get buyers coming to you, purchasing from you. You can easily make a 6 to 7 figure business just doing the right activities. And I'm going to explain to you exactly what you need to be doing in this video. And I say this from experience because I've been on LinkedIn actively selling services since 2017. So back in 2017, I was running a marketing agency. Basically, what I was doing was finding financial planners across the city of Toronto, because that's where I'm from. I would message them and say, hey, look, I can do your marketing for you. I can go out and get you buyers. And they said, okay, great. So they would sign on with me. They would pay me like a monthly. I think it was about $1,000 a month each. And I would create content for them. I would publish the content for them. I would find their buyers. And I would pretty much get them to the point where they were just lining up complimentary consultation sessions with potential buyers. And it was a decent business. Like at first I started off well, and then the business just plummeted, right? There was a point where I remember where I started off really good, right? I think I had 3 or 4 clients paying me $1,000 a month. So I had like this nice consistent income coming in. And then all of a sudden it went to 0. They all dropped off and it put me in this really stressful situation. So I said to myself, okay, you know what? I gotta push this into overdrive. So what I started to do was just publish content every day on LinkedIn. I started going ballistic with the content. I was publishing 2-3 times a day. I was messaging everybody in my area saying, do you need, marketing services? Do you need this? Do you need this? Do you need this? And I was working myself to the bone. It was to the point where I would literally get up at like 7 o'clock in the morning, open up my computer, drink a coffee, and just work all day, like until probably 9 p.m. So I was putting in 14-hour days, and things just got worse. I didn't make any more money. I was more stressed out than I'd ever been. And my business, like as a whole, everything was just breaking. It wasn't until I took a step back and was like, okay, look, just forcing this situation is not going to solve anything. I need to figure out what can I do to actually make this work without working 14 hours a day. Because number one, I did not want to work 14 hours a day. Number two, I wanted to seriously make at least 10 to 20K per month. So I started reevaluating my systems and steps. So what I did was I literally took a step back and I looked at it and I said, look, what kind of content actually gets buyers? So I figured that part out first. Then I was like, where are the buyers that actually will purchase from me? Where are the people on LinkedIn that'll actually make a purchasing decision with me relatively quickly? And then I started to look back at previous people who purchased and I figured that out. Then I was like, okay, how can I get these people on the phone to learn about my services? And then I figured that out. So I just figured out a couple things and then I went back into execution mode. But this time I was only working about 5 hours a day. And all of a sudden, it almost happened pretty instantaneously where I started just closing one client after the other, after the other, after the other. I was literally running a 6-figure marketing agency and I was only, I think, 24, 25 years old, just doing all of this. It's because I knew the right activities to do. And because of this, it gave me a lot of freedom. I started traveling the world. I went to South America, lived there for a couple of years, and I finally just achieved this dream life that I was always seeking. It's kind of funny when I look back at it because there was a time where I was literally working 3 times as much as I was, and I was getting 0 results. And then all of a sudden, I just figured out the right activities to do. I worked 3 times less and built a 6-figure marketing agency. So it's really just the activities. This is the reason I'm emphasizing this. Now, I don't run a marketing agency anymore. Since 2020, I've transferred this all to my full-time LinkedIn coaching business. So what I do is I actually help other coaches and consultants learn how to get clients from LinkedIn organically. And now we've built this into a 7-figure business. We're doing amazing, fantastic. I'm just, thank God, thank everything. But it's amazing now because I'm still only working maybe 5, 6, sometimes 7 hours a day. Nothing crazy, just standard work, but I'm just focusing on the right activities. And this is what I'm telling you to do, right? And the 4 things you really need to focus on, I'm telling you this, if you can just dial in the next 4 things that I'm about to tell you, you too can have a 6 to 7 figure business. Number 1 is you need to have a validated high ticket offer. Just remember this, on LinkedIn, it's not going to fly selling, $20, $30 products, right? Even if you're selling something at $100 an hour, not going to fly, very hard to sell. Up your prices. Remember, we're on a professional network. People can pay top dollar for your services if you offer the right thing. right? So figure out an offer that you can validate and that you can sell at a high ticket price. This is why I love coaching businesses. If you're a speaking coach, high performance coach, career coach, business coach, whatever that might be, people will literally pay you $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 just to learn information from you. So that's the first thing. Second thing is identify where your buyers are on LinkedIn, right? You can't just post content all day or, just hope people are going to find you because you have a great offer. You need to identify where your ideal buyers are on LinkedIn and look in places like LinkedIn events, LinkedIn groups, communities, other influencers. Find out where these people spend their time because people do spend their time in certain areas on LinkedIn. Once you've identified where your ideal buyers are, you got to start adding them as connections, right? Just because you know where they are doesn't mean much. You got to get them to start looking at you. And when they start looking at you, everything starts to take care of itself, right? And then the third part of this equation is, yes, you got to post really good content. But really good content is not just random value-based content. This is where most people mess up. They'll just post a bunch of content on LinkedIn saying, here's 5 ways you can eliminate stress. Here's how you can find your dream job. Nobody cares. Just remember this when it comes to creating elite content. Nobody wants to be told what to do, but they love to hear about how you did it. They love it. So don't be like, do this, do this, do this. Just say, look, this is what worked for me. This is how I got these amazing results. This is how I got my clients these amazing results. Now, this makes your life so much easier because now you don't need to think about like, what value should I provide? Just think about what stories are going on in your life currently and just create more content like that. Trust me, you're going to make way more money. You're going to be a way happier person. And then the last part, the fourth thing you need to have is a conversion system. Right? Because if you have an amazing offer, right? High ticket, let's say $5,000 offer, people are going to want to buy. Now, let's say you've identified where those buyers are. Now, let's say you've nurtured those buyers with content. They love you. You got to have a conversion system to get these people on the phone and interested in you. Get these people thinking about you. Get these people learning about your services. And the only way they're going to purchase a $5,000 program is if you speak to them one-on-one on the phone. Get them on the phone, tell them about what you can do for them, tell them about how their life's going to change, and they will purchase, right? It doesn't take a lot to get you to where you want to go. In fact, if you wanted to make $10K a month and you sold a $5,000 program, you'd only need to make 2 sales. 2. If you want to make $20,000 a month, you'd only need to make 4, right? 4 sales in a month is 1 a week. 1 a week and you're making $20,000 a month? Think about that. That's amazing. But you got to dial in things correctly. I can't emphasize this enough. The reason most people struggle on LinkedIn is because they're doing what I did in 2017, just forcefully trying to make it work doing the wrong activities. And the people who are succeeding making 20, 30, 40K per month, it's because they're doing exactly what I'm saying now, right? They have these 4 things dialed in. So I'm telling you to go out and do that. And that's why I have this YouTube channel. I literally post videos every single week teaching you LinkedIn strategies to go out and get your buyers. Watch other videos on this channel. Literally, they're teaching you, do this, do this. Some of them are old coaching calls that I've just uploaded, full recordings of calls that I've given to my paid clients who pay thousands of dollars for my services. So I'm telling you, there's so much value on this channel. Just subscribe to it, like this video. And if you have any questions at all, you can just hit the link in the description below. It'll take you to a calendar link with me and we can speak together if you want to book a one-on-one to learn about what it's like to work with me and get me to answer some of your questions too. So go and do that. I'm telling you, you can have a 6 to 7 figure coaching business on LinkedIn if you do things right. Use me as your guide to get there. See you in the next video.